We've all seen Get Out. We know how that ends. Hi again, welcome back. So let me set the scene. I'm driving from my house to one of those small towns that ends in Esther, which is like an hour away, with my driving instructor. And my instructor was basically like, oh, we can go there, take a break, go to a coffee shop, do some stuff. Not in those exact words, but you get what I mean. So obviously I'm black. Why do you feel the need to say obviously? I don't know, some people might not get it. It might just be a really, you know, bad fake tan. You'd be surprised, mate. You know those times, okay, you might not know those times, but those times when you just clearly feel that you stand out. There was just no one of colour anywhere. So we get to this cafe, we sit down. I got cake, which I don't even like cake. Don't know why I got cake. I just felt pressured, you know, when you feel pressured to choose something, so he was like, oh, just get that. Got the Victoria sponge cake. It was really nice, actually, quite moist. It was a bit too much anyway, besides the point. Sat down, she got some Plowman's. You know how we have some weird names for things here. She got some Plowman's plate, platter, palette thing, I don't know. And I'm like, oh, let me order green tea because I love green tea. You know, this green tea on the side, love green tea, feel a bit more close to home, you know? That stuff comes in a China cup. That's when I was certain I do not belong here. You can't fit anything in a China cup. One sip and it's gone. Just give me a mug. Like, I felt so extra, and I don't like extra things. Unless it's the chewing gum. I really hope someone laughed at that because I actually planned that in advance. No one laughed. Yeah, it's okay, don't worry. She orders normal tea, like normal English breakfast tea, just the normal tea with milk. And she starts stirring that stuff, looking me in the eyes. This stuff comes in a China cup. We've all seen Get Out. We know how that ends. I was thinking, not today. No, not today. That's when I started to be like, okay, how do I leave? It starts getting a lot more awkward from that point. She could sense that I was like looking around for like, okay, come on, someone, anyone, no one? She starts saying things to try and relate. You know how some people do that? Like I would have voted for Obama for a third term if I could, you know, that whole thing. This whole time it's been silent, by the way. So the first thing she decides to say, yeah, UKIP won in this area. So what? I was just a bit confused. So I just remained silent again. I was just like, after some further silence, me painfully eating that cake. She goes, I went to a traditional African wedding the other day, and I was like, mate, that's like me saying I went to a traditional Asian wedding. Like, I'm pretty sure Indian weddings are gonna be different to like Chinese weddings. I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure she was describing a West African wedding. She was saying like I was supposed to be understanding, like, oh yeah, you know how you do this, you know. I was like, no, I'm from East Africa and Southern Africa, so I was a bit confused the whole time, like, oh, I mean, there's a big continent, you know, there's a couple countries in there. So as I'm thinking all this in my head, like, okay, how do I leave, how do I leave, how do I leave? I turn to my right and I see hand marks on the window, like it's being like, doom. She was the type of woman to like read the writings on the wall. I'm not talking about reading the walls in Nando's where it's like, oh, peri peri chicken and stuff. I'm talking about King Henry II was born in 1960. I don't know, everyone's different, but you know, do you know what I mean? There was one point she like spat out food, and you know when you spit something out, you say like, oh sorry, leave it, or like just brush it off quickly. She spits it out, picks it up, and puts it back in. So again, I was kind of thrown off guard, like, At this point, I'm put off anything. If there was cake left, I was put off that. And after this whole time, we maybe spent like an hour at that cafe. We leave, walk outside, there was a Costa next door. Anyway, that story is probably all over the place. I just felt like sharing it because I thought it was funny. Have you witnessed or been in any like similar scenarios to this? Tell me about them in the comments down below or on social media. All my links will be in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications on so that you don't miss any videos. I'm gonna go now, but I'll see you next time. So bye. Give me some video suggestions as well, because I'm running out of ideas and I don't want to resort to having to do a challenge.